Hello everybody, and today we're talking about my criticisms toward Piggy Intercity. Now, I have played the game for multiple hours, and I feel like I do have enough skill inside of the game, etc., and I have played enough to judge it. Now, I am judging this based off like the first release. I know they're going to be adding like a ton of new stuff, even just one day after release, like cars and more items to the shop, so I can't really judge that since it's not in the game yet, and I'm sure that the game will get better over time. Obviously, it just got released, and I don't hate it at all, and I don't hate minitoon. I just want to go ahead and give what I think can be improved on in the game, and what I think is just plainly dumb, just because it's my opinion. So make sure you guys go ahead and like the video, just because a ton of people without even watching the video, just because I'm saying something negative about Piggy Intercity, they will immediately just dislike the video. So go ahead and counter that and like the video, and of course comment down below, do you have any complaints with the game, and what do you rate it out of 10 so far, at least, because obviously it's going to get better over time, hopefully. My first major complaint about the game is of course the PvP aspect. Now you can turn on PvP, of course, player versus player, and I'm not talking about the infected. I'm talking about literally just players versing players without being infected at all. You can turn that on, and I didn't even know that until I had to like go inside the settings menu. I'm not sure why it's so hard. I feel like it should be defaulted to be on. Obviously kids would get mad that you could kill people in the game, and they think it should be PvE instead of actually being able to kill each other. I personally think that's like one of the best parts of open world games like this. It really adds the aspect to not have a monopoly over all the items. Obviously the point of the game is to explore and get items and lose the items, and without having PvP, it's really just hard to lose items since the infected are just so dumb, and even when you do have a player infected, usually they don't actually want to be infected, so they just reset or leave the game. Also, say you're inside of the city, which is like the main place to get loot since there's two areas that you can actually go to, and someone just steals like a gun right in front of you. You can't do anything about it. Either you have PvP on and they have PvP off, or neither one of you have PvP on, so they could just steal something right in front of you and you can't do anything about it. They just stole it. It makes the game really unfun. This also is going to be a huge problem inside of the future, because eventually it's going to have it to where you can make bases, and if you can have chests in your bases, people can literally just walk in and you can't do anything about it. I guess you could like close the doors, but if they slip in anyways, then I guess they're just inside of your house and you can't kill them or anything if they have PvP off. The only way I can see that you can like combat this issue is either turn on PvP for everyone all the time, or have two different like servers, one where you can PvE and one where you can kill people without having to turn on a switch or anything. Everybody, you can just have PvP, which would definitely solve it, but then again, a ton of people would be playing on the PvE only and not the PvP servers. But I guarantee there's better ways. That's just the only one I can think of right now. Another big problem I have is actually VIP servers. Now, in VIP servers, all you have to do is relog inside of your VIP server and all the loot respawns. So you can just go across to every single Piggy map and get all the loot for all of them, and then just reset the VIP server and be good to go again. Now, the infected do respawn, but at the end of the day, you can just go and get your stuff back, and it's just really overpowered, making the game kind of pay to win. Especially when another thing comes into play, which is guns only spawn like 1% of the time. So these VIP servers basically make it so you can actually get guns, and inside of the normal public server, it's like impossible to get guns because of how rare it is. So basically, VIP servers are kind of pay to win. So what minitoon should do is make it so guns spawn more often, but also at the same time, guns break and everything breaks over time, and food maybe can spoil. I'm not sure about that one, but I definitely think that tools and guns should break over time. But going back to the whole PvP thing, if you were to add PvP, he would definitely have to get rid of the entire feature where you can just leave the game and not be infected anymore, and can just leave the game so you're not hurt anymore, because that's just so dumb. Like, people never die in this game because you can literally just leave the game whenever you want to. You're dying, press Alt F4 and you go to start again and you won't lose anything. So that's just really overpowered and just like dumb, to be honest. It just adds like an entire aspect to the game where it's not even challenging, and you just go back to the main hub whenever you want to with all your stuff instead of dying. I'm actually not sure how minitoon should fix this. Maybe you can add like combat logging or something like that, so this problem wouldn't happen and it wouldn't be overpowered. For all you guys that don't actually know what combat logging is for whatever reason, basically combat logging is where whatever you get hit, whether it's a piggy or a normal player, you would basically not be able to log out for like 60 seconds or 30 seconds, or if you're infected, you wouldn't be able to log out at all until you actually turned and lost your stuff, which also makes the game a lot harder. But at the end of the day, it's going to make it a lot more fun if you lose your stuff rather than keeping everything you have forever and basically having no way that you can actually lose anything. Another problem I actually have is with the shop. Now, the shop is completely fine. It just has like nothing in it. Obviously, the game just released, so it's not going to have much in it, but I do think that minitoon should add to where you can buy like a gun, maybe just like a pistol. I wouldn't say you could buy like a sniper or anything, but just like a normal pistol, especially since it's so hard to find. I want to be able to have at least one gun that I could actually buy, even if it is like a really bad gun. Moving on to my next problem, and it's kind of like a glitch to be honest. minitoon could pretty much easily fix this, but infected piggies really just spawn like on top of you sometimes and infect you. I've seen it happen to Creecraft on stream, which is really funny, but at the end of the day that happened to me also, and I can't be having that. Like, I'm just walking inside of one of these towns and somebody just spawns on me and infects me, and I have to leave the game. It's just so dumb, and it could be easily fixed. Another glitch slash bug that could be easily fixed is basically like the double hit. Creecraft pretty much showed everybody how to do it, and basically it's where you just quickly switch in between your axes slash whatever two weapons you have, and you can basically like dual wield them so you don't have to worry about the cooldown, and you can just pretty much one hit piggies when you do this, which makes the game a lot less fun. And obviously it's a glitch, so minitoon should get rid of this. Sure, it's like fun and everything, you know, you can do it way easier, but it's just not supposed to be in the game, and he should obviously fix that in the future. Moving on to like a major problem I have with it, which might be fixed with cars, but I feel like it could be fixed way better, is basically there's no sprinting. Now, I don't really have a problem with not sprinting. It's just that the towns are like 10 miles away from each other, so I have to spend like 3 minutes walking to one of the towns just to get there. And I wouldn't have a problem with it if you just had like mini towns in between them, or like roads where you can like get different materials, etc. I feel like that would make the game a lot better and make the waiting time between towns a lot easier and smoother to do without being bored. Cars would technically fix this, but at the same time, cars are only like just like a quick fix, because at the end of the day, you're still going to be bored during that trip trying to go in between towns. It's just going to be a lot faster, so you won't get bored as quickly. But after the 10th time trying to go between towns, you're pretty much just going to stay at one, just because how boring it is to drive to one town to the other. Anyways, tell me down below, do you agree with me on any of these criticisms, or do you disagree with me on any of them? And if you do disagree, tell me down below, what is your opinion? How do you think we could solve some of these problems? Or do you think some of them actually don't matter that much? For instance, the PvP one, maybe that one doesn't matter to you. Maybe you don't care about PvP in games. Or VIP servers, maybe you actually like the idea of VIP servers. Obviously, the game Piggy is way different than Piggy Intercity when it comes to VIP servers. I love VIP servers in Piggy, but in Piggy Intercity, I just don't see it happening. It's just too overpowered. Also, do you see any of my fixes to be wrong or in some way flawed? And can you think of a better fix for any of my problems? Because I guarantee minitoon would love to hear them. Obviously, he's a really good developer. He takes a lot of suggestions and really listens to his community, so I guarantee if you actually tell him about something, he might see it and he might actually change it. And did I miss anything? Because I always miss stuff, you know. I played the game for a long time, but maybe I didn't get a glitch or a bug, so comment down that below. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Like the video, subscribe, no excuses on down below, because I post videos like this all the time. Tell me if you want actually a gameplay on Piggy Intercity, because the game isn't bad, and it's brand new, so it should have a ton of updates in the future. Thank you guys so much for watching, and goodbye.